I think we're live now.
We're gonna assume we're live.
Yep, there we go. It looks good to me. It looks like we're on the
well-oiled
internet.
machine.
Perfect. I mean, I'm the tech wizard. That's why I have the wizard hat.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Lee gave me permission to be the one to start this off since I'm running this shindig. Hi, I'm Dennis. I run the OKSDM YouTube channel, and we are playing my game tonight called SAGAS, and it's an acronym for Setting and Genre Agnostic System. If you want to know more about it, linkies and everything in the description, as well as the miniature elevator pitch for exactly what it is. Let's run around and do some real quick introductions. Let's go, who are you? What are you working on / where can you be found on the internet? And we'll do who you're playing in-game introductions. So let's start with Claude.
Hello, hello. So you said we'd do who we're playing once the game starts, or all of it right
Well,
now?
after the game starts. We'll get to your characters in a second.
Cool. I'm Claude. I do a little bit of gaming in a few different spots, but no central like Twitch or YouTube channel. So follow me on Instagram. It's Curly Insane Guy with an underscore, and it's the same on Threads. I do a lot of GMing of superhero roleplay games is my main thing, and I'm excited about this system because I'm going to use superhero games.
Yes, it can. Moving down, not I don't know what order you guys are looking at, but I'm gonna move downwards for me. Lee, introduce yourself on your own channel.
Hi, I'm Lee. This is my channel called This Crits. And if you can't find me, then you're already lost.
I don't know where I am. How'd I get here?
I'm playing Aaron Ilsith.
We'll find out more in a second.
That's right.
And VampyreBytes, who are you? What do you do? Where can people find you?
I am VampyreBytes. During this SAGAS playtest, you can find me here on this Crits channel. The next, including this one for Wednesdays. Other than that, I'm over on Cybernation Uncensored on Fridays playing in a Cyberpunk High Riders campaign, and on alternating Mondays in a Fallout 2D20 game that has been reskinned as a The Last of Us game. Other than that, I can be found in a lot of Twitch hangouts and all over Discord.
Glad to have you here. And last but certainly not least, Tipsy.
Hey, my name is TipsyTiger, aka Joceline. I have too many usernames. That's what happens when people take the Tipsy Tiger on Twitter from me already, and I'm still upset about it. You can find me a couple places. I am on TikTok and Twitch primarily at the Tipsy Tiger, doing a lot of stuff there. I also run my own homebrew world based on fairy tales and folk tales, which I've done D&D in, Good Society players. I'm gonna probably do some Thirsty Sword lesbians pretty soon. Just trying to expand my horizons, and hey, maybe one day SAGAS will show up in Romithra, which is my homebrew world. So you can find me on Ko-fi as well, and Coffee. And then you also every Tuesday can find me on Magic Academy, Magic_Academy on Twitch and YouTube, which is a LGBTQIA+ centered channel, and we're currently doing Odyssey of the Dragon Lords and a bunch of other stuff. That's it. I'm gonna stop talking now. Oh, she, they pronouns. Thank you.
Thank you. And without further ado, I think we'll start describing exactly what we are doing today. This is going to be a mini-series of all GMs. It is going to be showcasing exactly what SAGAS is capable of. Because it can do any setting and any genre, what's going to happen is every single session we're going to rotate. Someone else is going to GM, and it's going to be in an entirely new setting for each different episode. We are starting out with me in the hot seat, and the setting is going to be fantasy western. And without further ado, let's jump into our game for tonight. Virton, a town of dust and magic. The people here are as tough as the rocky desert that surrounds them. Some use what little magic they have to get by, while others shun the strange energies entirely. Like a typical town, Virton is filled with history and secrets. And like a typical beginning, you all meet in a tavern. The Dusty Mirror is pretty much the only place in Virton that can be considered happy most of the time. Partially because of the liquor. No, entirely because of the liquor. Magic has allowed for some wildly crafted cocktails to grace these dirty countertops. It is a particularly hot and dry day today, which means that the Dusty Mirror is packed with most of the townsfolk. The raucous shouting and laughter lulls only for the occasional song on the ancient harpsichord that plays random tunes at random intervals. Most of the folk think it's haunted, but that isn't that strange of an occurrence in this magic-filled world. If it brings nothing but music, why do anything but let it play? The four of you find yourselves sitting at the same table today. The chairs wobble a little bit, the floor is a bit sticky, and the table is covered in dents and scratches. Let's go through our character descriptions as the camera moves between the crowd and sees four people sitting down at this corner table. Vampire, who are you playing?
I am playing Kai Nightwalker, a vampire with a moral compass, formerly of the Nightwalker Outlaws, which is a notorious bandit and assassin group. My morals didn't exactly mesh with theirs, and so I set off on my own. Currently wearing traditional cowboy duster and a wide-brimmed hat.
A classic vampire cowboy, if ever there could be one. And Lee, sitting next to Kai, what does your character look like?
The best way to describe Aaron would be an attempt at a completely nondescript man. That's the best way to describe him. He is sat there trying to not draw anyone's attention, just looking around. He's got messy brown hair, a little bit of dirt on his face, but he likes it that way so no one thinks he's too clean for his own good. And just looking around at the table, seeing what he can get away with.
And Tipsy, who's sitting next to Aaron?
Betsy Dupree is a high-class poor woman. But, you know, she prefers the high class over the poor. She's got curly, light brown, almost auburn reddish hair. Oh no, we just lost Claude.
Oh, everything is all messed up.
Live, everybody!
Hi, everyone. I'm over the DM seat now.
Oh no, he's taking over the game! I like that. Oh, on the stream, okay.
Oh no!
Dennis's beard is in one screen and the rest of his face is in the other.
This is the problem with online. I have to do this, and everything gets all. Oh man.
I was on a roll.
You were. I was on it. I was into it, and then
Poor Claude. I hope he's all right.
Dennis's face. Oh, I'm gonna do this while I'll just put this up there for a minute, and you know what? I forgot the most important thing about anything.
Oh, perfect. 10 out of 10. Oh no, our table is broken.
The Discord. All right. I'm gonna swap around the stream a little bit. People can still hear everything we're saying, but they can't currently see us.
Okay,
So-
well, hope all y'all are doing well tonight. I guess it's typical that a group of GMs would just have chaos occur. Sounds about par for the course, to be completely honest. We're quite used to reining it in, shall we say.
Absolutely, we are. It looks like Claude's Discord crashed, and that's the issue here.
Oof.
I assume he's trying to get it back up because he messaged me that on Discord.
Wow!
That's
Impressive!
Okay.
Hang on. I just... Oh, goodness.
Theater
Yeah,
of
the-
the mind, yeah.
Theater of the mind for
Suddenly,
for the
the
audience
dust-
as well as the players.
the dusty mirror goes dark. Screams can be heard.
And
This turns into a horror game. Dennis was lying to us all along about this being a fantasy
It's all
western.
planned. I hacked Claude's computer.
Kai just needed a meal.
Don't pick me.
And now,
Get-
a word from
get-
our sponsors. SAGAS, the newest TTRPG, hottest thing to hit the market since canned bread.
Canned bread.
Yes, canned bread. Haven't you heard?
Where do I get that?
In a can. Come on. It's
Yeah,
not that
Figure it out,
difficult.
tell me.
Suddenly, Betsy whips out her pistol. End of game. PvP is fine, right?
100%. No, shoot. I didn't want to move Dennis.
All right.
Churney Adventures on Twitch says, do I get canned bread with Sagas? And yes, it's real. Thank you, Churney. I appreciate your knowledge.
Alright.
Aren't wouldn't you consider the biscuits that you have to pop open canned bread?
See, that's what I was thinking when you first said
Yeah.
canned bread. I thought about
Yes,
like the Pillsbury crescent rolls kind of deal, where you
that's
pop the
that-
can open.
Those are the words. Yes.
Happy
There
to
we
help.
go. There we go. All right. Crisis
Oh my!
averted.
I'm in a huge screen now. Wow! Wow!
till Claude comes
wow.
back.
Claude, you can't come back. I'm loving this too much.
There we go. Beautiful. You are both people. There we go.
Where are my hand puppets?
There we go. Now everything's kind of balanced as best I can do it in the last
Alright.
minute.
We appreciate you.
We'll call it good.
All right.
Here in the Dusty Mirror, the
He didn't even get to
it is
introduce his
it is
character.
very, very crowded. There are all sorts of very strange looking characters, at least we would think so as humans. You can see elves drinking alongside dwarves, drinking alongside snake-like people, drinking alongside people with antlers. Most people in here are humanoid, 2 arms, 2 legs, but they are of vastly different sizes, features, and skin tones. Suddenly the whole of the Dusty Mirror grows slightly quiet as another figure walks in. You can see everyone turns to look at the doors as they swing closed behind this person. And step by step, they walk towards the bar. You can see a grizzled old snake human with wrinkled, scaly skin, slightly green and white with a tinge of yellow, wearing a big, old and worn cowboy hat. And now Claude is back, but did our screens all move?
Yes, they did. Hold on.
Yes.
I
I was ready for it. Ha!
Did you want me to finish my character description and have Claude do his, or what would you like to do?
We'll go with what your characters look like as everyone watches this old snake man walk to the bar. So
Sure.
go ahead, and what does your character look like as they stare at this person?
I'm just to wrap up mine super fast. So Betsy, as I said, kind of like very much like if a saloon girl went business. Just lawn skirt with some ruffles, a little bit of pinks and purples, light brown reddish hair, piercing blue eyes, and folded onto her back are a pair of fairy wings that look like dragonfly wings. She tends to try to keep those out of her way the best she can. She is absent-mindedly swirling whatever the sparkliest cocktail on the menu is, because it just has to look pretty. And as the snake guy walks in, she just goes, "Not the strangest thing I've seen today." That's her.
And as this old snake man approaches the counter, he leans over it and starts whispering to the barkeep. Claude, what does your character look like as you sit with the rest of the party in the corner table?
So joining late to the table and sitting down is a pretty short guy. He's got a cowboy hat, but it's kind of got like the wizard cap at the top too. It's a fusion of the two. It's not
Incredible.
the most stylish.
Incredible.
He's got blue eyes, like piercing blue eyes, and really shaggy-looking, dirty blonde hair. He's got under his eyes, you can see it looks almost like a little bit of glitter, but it's almost like icy scales. Tiny little patch of them.
I need to know where you got
looking
that
over.
color. That looks so nice.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Bit of a long story.
Oh, it's not
That's
like an eyeshadow.
Oh no, ma'am, this is permanent.
Oh. I'm a bit envious.
The
I
harpsichord
don't know
in
that I
the
would be.
corner suddenly starts ding, 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 ding. Just starts playing this tune, and the people start talking again. The tension dies down, and the barkeep comes over to your table with a round of drinks, and this old man with a heavily receded hairline, very, very tanned and wrinkled, sort of slides 4 mugs to each of you on the table, and he says, "From the sheriff." And he goes back to the counter, and the old snake man is seen. Oh, you can see him across the way. He sort of like glances at you from underneath the brim of his hat, and then he goes back to his drink.
I'm gonna lift my mug to him and toast him, kind of, and like give him a little wink. Do any of you know him?
Say that I met him.
Interesting.
Are any of you
steep.
actually from this town?
I'm gonna say that Betsy is. Yeah. But
In that
I think
case, you would know. This
Mhm.
old snake man is the sheriff.
the sheriff decided to slide us a couple of drinks. That's gonna mean 2 things. Either he thinks one of you is cute, or more likely he wants something. Be aware. Those kind of things never come free.
Ugh. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, he get people to do his work a lot.
I don't know. He's never dared to ask me before. Usually he leaves me alone, I leave him alone, I perform a little ditty at the bar when the harpsichord isn't plonking, and that's kind of all we do. What about all 3 of you? How'd you end up here?
I
Go ahead.
broke from my clan. Didn't always see eye to eye on the means and methods. If you've heard of the Nightwalker clan.
Have I
And
heard of
that
the Nightwalker?
may be part of why the sheriff is interested in us.
I'll let Vampire answer whether or not someone in this town would have heard of the Nightwalker clan.
So yeah, the Nightwalker Outlaws, or the Nightwalker clan, is a notorious bandit and assassin group. Some of them are very professional, and others are very low life. It runs the gamut. Kai himself is tends to be assassinations, only the target gets killed kind of thing, and on burglaries, no one gets killed if he can help it. So that they're known for being that type of a guild.
Oh. Let me guess, you wanted to keep your hands clean and they didn't.
Last job I was on with them, it was a hit, and they decided to take out everybody in the room instead of just the target. I could not abide by that, but the clan stood by them and not me.
And this is why I usually don't get my hands dirty.
I was born into it.
I haven't
Didn't
washed my hands in
Really
like a week.
didn't
Oh
realize
my God.
I had an out.
Please go wash your hands. Like, I know it's called the dusty mirror, but good Lord, Aaron, you're gonna get dysentery or something.
It's just a drink. It's in a cup. It's fine. I'll go wash my hands.
Betsy gives the most, like, withering, like, really? I am so sorry, Claude. I have forgotten your character's name.
Thank you. I think I was missing whenever it was time to give it. His name is Joceline Vale.
Deslin.
Vale. Joceline.
I need a sticky note so I can remember all of this.
Just put all the names up
I'm
on my
putting all the
screen.
names down
Oh,
too.
yep.
So Aaron, Kai, Deslin, and Betsy. I'm gonna keep an eye on the sheriff and kind of like, cause I think the sheriff and I know each other, and and I'm gonna kind of give him a look that's very much like the look of, do you want something? Which is often my MO when people interact with me. It's like, do you want something? Usually when people talk to me, they want something. Usually when people buy me a drink, they want something. So I'm kind of giving him the look of like, do you want
He, as you give him that look, he notices is very poignant and obvious, and he sort of downs his glass of dark liquor, puts it upside down on the counter, and strolls over.
Sheriff, darling, good afternoon. How are ya?
Afternoon, Betsy.
These are my new friends.
Afternoon.
I heard you see Aaron washing his hands.
We'll be back in just a second. Wash his hands.
Did you enjoy the drinks?
Oh, you know, I always love a good drink when it's free. What about you, gents? And folk?
Kai has not touched their drink yet.
It was good.
Good.
I'll take yours if you're not drinking it, Kai.
Slide it right on over.
Perfect. My hands are clean this time.
Thank you.
I'll down it.
It'll make all the difference in the taste, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't care how it tastes. I just don't want his filthy mitts all over that cup. Sheriff, thank you kindly for the drinks.
Oh yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. But, as I'm sure Betsy here has already told you, they don't come free.
And you've already drunk yours, so you're definitely in it now.
That's not fair.
I'm only about half in.
Okay, so you can do half the job.
I can do half the job and it'll be fine. Yeah.
That means I have to do twice the job.
Sorry. This
Obviously.
isn't really a half-in job.
All right. Let's not beat around the bush. Life's too short, yada yada. What is it?
Grabs a chair, pulls it up to the table, and sits.
As I'm sure you've noticed already, Betsy, there's been some activity in the alchemist's house again.
Bit of trouble
Strange
there.
lights, flashes in the middle of the night. It's worrying. And I'm not one to tempt fate. The last time I was in that house, not all of me came back out.
And he clutches at his shoulder, and you can see now that the arm of his dusty leather jacket is actually tied off there.
Oh, sweetheart. And Betsy kind of puts like a reassuring hand out to his shoulder. Now, I don't really want to lose an arm, so you know what? You want us to investigate?
He leans in.
I haven't really told anyone what actually happened that night before I was sheriff. The alchemist doesn't leave his home very often. He only comes out for the occasional supplies. And if there's a traveling caravan out, that's the only time he will regularly be seen about. It was his parents who called me to the house that night, 10 years ago. I still don't understand what happened. But there was an explosion of some sort. Yelling between the alchemist and his parents. I only got a glimpse of the room, a bright blue light, 3 silhouettes. And then everything was gone. All except for the alchemist and me, or most of me. I didn't stick around, and I haven't been back since.
How long has it been?
A decade.
And he hasn't come out of his house?
It's strange. Before the incident, they were as much a part of the town as you or me.
So something changed that day for them as much as
You
yourself.
think?
Right, well.
So, I need someone to figure out what's happening.
Why wait 10 years?
Because these lights inside his home are new.
Reckon he's up to something else again.
So he bided his time for a decade, and now he's making an appearance as if nobody's gonna notice. As a seasoned performer, I can tell you it's very obvious when you try to make a revival.
That's what I'm worried about. The last explosion was relatively contained. Whatever powers they're tampering with, it might not be so contained this time. I like the town how it is. Would rather keep it on the map.
Well, hi, seeing as you're the only one who didn't finish your drink. Are you in or are you in?
Well, can't have an explosion wiping innocence off a map. That's why I left my last group.
Aaron,
So
do you
the
think it can...
rumors I've heard are true. The Night Stalker clan are down one assassin.
Yes.
Well, what fortunate luck it must have been that brought you across my path.
What about you, Aaron? Do you think you can handle it?
I feel like I got scammed into it,
Drinks.
but I owe him 2 drinks at least now, so... And I don't have any money.
It seems I picked my mark well.
Yeah, laugh at the poor guy, I get it. Alright, what are we doing? Are we going or what?
One other thing you should know. He's been... The Undertaker has been seen entering and leaving the alchemist's house recently.
They've never done that before, have they?
Nobody's done that before.
Oh boy.
All right.
A lot of that.
Do we have...
Delivering or pickup?
This will be investigation.
Oh no, I meant the Undertaker. Is he delivering or picking up? If he's been sighted coming and going, then surely he would have been seen with or without a package.
Surprisingly, neither. It seems he's just making house calls.
Don't like that.
Based on
Right.
your story, it's possible things might get a little hairy. As investigative as this endeavor might be, if it comes to blows, are we covered?
Yes.
And he reaches into a pouch and pulls out these square, little like brass coins, which you would know as the currency of this town. Pulls a small sack of them and puts it on the table. It's not the amount you would have expected for this job. You're guessing it's the first half of a payment.
All right. You could have opened with that. Just saying.
Oh,
I thought
but then we wouldn't have gotten the nice drinks.
Exactly. The drinks were good. I know these magic types can get up to all too well. He kind of touches by his eye right there. He's up to something dangerous. He's probably gonna keep up to it. It gets worse.
About what time is it right now, Dennis? Are we looking like early evening, late afternoon?
Just after dinner.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I look at the group and go, we wait until nightfall, probably the smartest idea. Don't think we want to go sneaking around the alchemist place in broad daylight.
I'll leave
I
the
do tend
details.
to prefer not to do things in the daylight, yes.
Fair. Yeah, Cheryl.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Remembers he's a vampire.
Yeah, it's- How-
We
what-
all have a moment of like, I love how we all have a I feel like in character we all have a moment of like, why would you need to? Right.
What was in that drink? Yikes.
It's just a drink. Well, I wish you good luck. And you know where to find me, down at the station, when you have more information.
Will do, sir.
Right.
Stay out of trouble.
He stands up, nods at you. As he turns to walk out, you can see across his back is his trusty double-barrel shotgun that he keeps on him at all times.
Quick question. In this setting, is it old Western shoot 'em up Judy times? Is it like candles? Is there electricity? Is it modern? Like,
There is no electricity because there's really no need.
Okay.
Most people have some sort of light that comes with any magic that they can do.
got it.
But this is a world that has developed alongside magical abilities. Like, it's accepted and normal. About half of people can do magic. Some obviously have a particular proclivity for it. Others just avoid it like the plague. But they're few and far between.
Cool. So as he steps out the door, I go to another table, grab a candle off of a table, walk up. I found the light source, guys. We got it.
Buddy.
Lights in a window, guy. Come on.
We're talking about a giant flash of light that took off the sheriff's arm.
10
Right?
years ago.
Sure, but he's now seeing more, and let me tell you, I would rather go to that building and found out the alchemist just really likes lighting candles and taking hot baths. I'd rather find that out than not look at all, and then we all are ash. You get it?
I have to agree on that. I'm new here, and I don't want to disappear off the map with this place.
Look, I don't have too much love in my heart for this town. It's fine. It does what it will, but there are good people in this town, and I would rather go on a wild goose chase and find nothing than don't do it. Turns out I could have made sure people didn't die.
I guess we're going, huh?
Yeah, we're going.
All
Don't make me
right.
pull your ear. Betsy gets up, and as she does, her wings unfurl. These, like, gossamer dragonfly wings. And she just goes, oh, that's so much better. And she starts walking out the door.
And I'll follow behind.
I'll stand up very dramatically. Just,
The
I don't
trap
have
falls
wings, and just walk out the door. Jesus.
Well, maybe you
This
should
was
get
better.
some. Rolls her eyes so hard they nearly come out of her head.
I will pick up his boots and carry them out the door as well. Kai is currently walking barefoot.
Oh,
I-
nighttime, right? Yeah, nighttime. That's the
Nighttime.
plan.
It is, the sun has just gone down.
Goof. Oof, that was
Beautiful.
close.
He bursts into flames.
There are
Right on the
still beautiful streaks of oranges and purples and golds playing across what few clouds there are in the sky as the sun finishes setting.
I think as we walk, I look down at Kai's feet, I look at them, and I say, this is not comfy road to walk on. You all right there? Or do you have
It's
calluses
fine.
for days?
Yeah,
Looks like weeks to
I-
me.
I can move more quickly without my shoes. When it comes time to sneak and move slowly, carefully, and quietly, the boots go back on, surprisingly enough. And as the sun is set, he starts taking off his cloak and packing it into his bag.
Oh, is that what that cloak does for you? Fascinating.
As he takes off his, I'm like, oh god, come on, really?
No, he's still dressed underneath the cloak.
I know my goal is to make your character laugh this whole session.
I think as Aaron covers his eyes, I just go, oh, I'm sorry, Aaron, does a little bit of skin scandalize you? Because Betsy definitely has freaking cleavage going on. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. You poor thing.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, and I'll just fine. Let's just go. Find the stupid candles.
Yes, I'm sure they're candles and nothing else. And I look at Deslin and I just go, are we gonna have to put a leash on this one?
Feel like it might come to that.
I'm 3 drinks in already, guys. Come on.
I was gonna say, did you have a drink before the 2?
Yeah, we were drinking. I mean, I assumed we were. I don't know. Maybe a couple. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
have you make.
God damn it!
First check of the game.
First check of the game!
Somehow it feels appropriate that it is to find out if Aaron is drunk or not.
All right, what do I do?
So how checks work in Sagas is I will call for a check whenever you're trying to do something difficult. You will look at your character sheet and see if anything on it could apply to what you're trying to do. In this case, not get drunk. If nothing on your character sheet applies, you'll roll a d10, and you're trying to roll low.
So do you have your don't get drunk skill, right? That's
No,
one of your
I
talents?
have gambling and martial arts. So no.
Remind Betsy to take you to a casino after this and take you for all you got.
Yeah, I'm also lucky, so I don't know. Watch it.
Oh!
Ah.
He's gotten through life somehow up to this point.
All right,
True.
I roll a d10.
Got this.
That is a 6.
6 is actually exactly what I had set it at. So you are, you're starting to feel it. You can still walk in a straight line. You're not gonna have any, penalties mechanically or anything. But you are pleasantly inebriated.
Inebriation. I can't spell it. I'm just gonna type drunk. Okay. Or tipsy. Tipsy. There we go. Lee sober can't spell that, all right?
Let alone Aaron drunk.
Yes, exactly.
Would I know where the alchemist house is? Like, just by being in town, it's like the mysterious house that nobody ever goes to.
Yeah, it's the big house on the edge of town.
Great. I'm gonna lead the group and hope that nobody spots me because I don't want to bother with that right now. Because of a certain struggle I picked. And as I walk, I just say, right, so, are any of you particularly good at sneaking?
Kai will let out a small chuckle.
Yeah, you said.
The vampire assassin blinks slowly.
Suddenly he disappears.
Thank you.
Obviously, Kai, they're quite good at sneaking. What about you two?
I can't say I've ever done much of it, so probably not.
I have shadowy statue, which means I can be very still and very sneaky if I'm not moving. So it's somewhere in there.
Right, so you'll stand there and not move, and we'll be fine.
Kai can put me on his back, and no one will know.
That's true, they could put you on their back. Kai, can you lift him?
Yes.
That was a player side.
That was Vampy going, oh God, why?
Oh man.
All right, I think
So
we're
the,
heading to the house.
The actual town itself, it looks like the buildings in this place are not made of wood because this is a very rocky desert. There's really no trees anywhere nearby. They're actually all made out of clay, like ornate Pueblo huts. It's really nice to keep everything very cool even during the day. But the house on the edge of town looks very, very out of place. It is like this ornate Victorian manor, 2.5 stories tall or so, with 3 distinct spires on its roof. Windows all with curtains drawn, like ornate lace curtains. The painting on the outside of the house is, it's not particularly threatening. It's not like a clear vampire castle with like dark blacks and purples. This is It looks like an actually kind of pleasant place to live if it weren't in the middle of a desert. It's got a beautiful white siding with clear wooden trim. It actually appears very well kept as well.
You know what? I will tell you, for as weird and creepy as this alchemist guy was, I always really envied his house. Good taste.
Big
Right.
taste.
Oh, true. The spires are a little much. Right, what if we just case the joint real quick? Maybe we could just all do like a perimeter? Does that
Sure.
sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Not to look too sketchy.
Whoever is moving around, I will need a check to get close to the house and stay quiet first.
And that's when Kai slips his boots back on.
So what are we rolling for that?
It depends on what you have on your character sheet. Do you have anything that would help you get close to a house and stay quiet?
No, thankfully though I'm not around people right now, so I'm not gonna get a deterrent for it, which is good. Because if I was around
Right.
people, I'd be rolling a d12. So this is
So if
gonna
nothing
be
on your character sheet applies, it'll be a
D10.
D10.
So.
Yep.
My check slash ability says it's stealth related. Is that related to this moment? Or it is specific to standing still, but it is a stealth type of thing.
If I think Shadowy Statue specifically says that it is when you are not moving. In this case, you are moving, so
Yeah,
that would not
okay.
apply.
So I got a 9.
Ooh. Kai's got their boots on, which they're specifically made for stealthy moving.
Mm-hmm.
4.
It's like, does anyone want to help me?
3.
And I got a 2.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Amazing.
She's just walking up to the
so-
house like, you guys are so loud. I can't believe it.
I can't believe you guys flutter, 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 tromp, tromp, tromp.
Betsy makes Betsy makes the perfect distraction. No one will ever see the rest of us.
Exactly. I mean,
That's why the rest of you rolled so low.
I'm glittery and cute. What do you want?
Glittery and cute, you go up to pretty much the front door. And
Just kidding.
the rest of you sort of sneak around the sides of the house. I'm going to ask the three of you, everybody but Betty, please give me a check to peer inside, either listening or trying to look inside the windows through curtains.
If it makes you guys feel any better, if I end up talking to anyone, I've got really good persuasion.
Alright, I'll be trying to peek through.
Yeah, Kai will pick a darkened window
Okay.
so that I can roll a d8.
I got a 5.
I got a 4.
4.
Nice, you guys.
All right. And so Kai is looking in first floor darkened window, and you can see pretty much nothing. It looks like you are peering into a kitchen of sorts, though it's not a kitchen like anything you've ever seen. It has actual basins for water built into the wall. Most of the time, people just have like a barrel just outside for washing. So it's strange and fancy is the best way to describe it from your perspective. What are Aaron and I forgot Claude, your character's
Deslin.
name. Deslin. What are you
He'd be
two
looking
doing?
through like a more lit window. He's trying to peek through as well.
All right.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I assume we were just taking all different windows.
Yeah. Deslin, you look in a lit window, and it appears to be a study of some sort. You can see by very dim candlelight that got left on in there. You can see a full wall of books and a desk that is just littered with papers. But from here, you can't really, from here and through the lace curtains, you can't tell what's actually on the papers. And Aaron, as you look into one window, there is a dim blue light coming from just on the other side of the room. Not inside the room you're looking at, but through a door inside the building.
Is there anything in the room of note that might be something of interest to me?
It looks like you're peering into a hallway.
Okay.
I have the craziest idea, and I don't want to do it without running it by my fellow players.
So instead of investigating, you go run around to everyone else and gather them back up to say your
No,
idea.
it's fine. I'm gonna investigate. Look, I mean, I got a 9 on my stealth, so I'm just
Right.
gonna try to peek through whatever door or window there is. It's
So
very
you go up
obvious that I'm
to
there.
the front door-ish, and you're looking around, trying to peer through a window that's next to it, and you suddenly the porch surface beneath your foot shifts ever so slightly, like half an inch. And it is at that point that, Lee, you can see the blue light quickly dim to nothing. A candle gets lit inside, and it's brought to the front door. And
I am gonna run. I'm gonna run around the side of the house. Just like, nope!
Can't you fly?
I
Go
know.
up.
Well, right, I can
Is-
fly. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly up. I fly straight up in the air. You just for
So-
the first time you see just gossamer wings, but bam, just fly straight up in the air.
Surprisingly, Kai will leap to the front porch if he notices. If they notice it.
bound, just and you land right on the front porch and straighten your clothes. A ghostly pale face peers through the curtains, squints at you, and goes back, and you can hear locks on the door. And out steps a thin man with very pale skin, dark, greasy hair with a middle part about down to his jawline. Bags, huge bags under his eyes as he holds a candle on a small platter. He wears a very light and loose-fitting shirt, dark trousers, and is in bare feet. And he addresses you, Kai. Can I help you?
I was informed this was the home of the alchemist. I was wondering if you might invite me inside so we can discuss some business.
Make
And
a check.
That would be a persuade check.
Come on, man, that was my thing. I flew up in the air.
You can make whatever kind of check you, whatever you're trying to do here. If you have
Yeah.
something that applies, then
The
you can use it.
vampirism trait gives you D8 on persuade.
Hell yeah, D8 buddies.
There you
Vampirism.
go.
Vampirism has D8s on so many things, but it's
I-
also
It
got that
does.
struggle. It's got that struggle.
It is amazing and
If I
so
can't-
detrimental.
If I can't convince him to let me in the house, I can't go in there.
I will say that I'm gonna perch myself on the edge of the roof.
Oh
With,
no.
like my legs daintily crossed so that I can jump down if needed.
It could be
gives-
worse.
And give some kind of help. Because I'd like to be able to help if I can.
He opens up with it. It could be worse.
Are
I rolled a
you-
6. It could be worse.
Are you
Not by
attempting
much.
the help action, because you can do that. You can spend 1 effort point to help on this check.
I'm gonna leave that up to Kai. Kai, do you feel comfortable with that 6, or would you like Betsy to help you out?
Well, I already rolled, so I
would give you
the
another
rules
die.
is written right now.
Yeah.
The rules is written. We are saying that rules is written in the current playtest version. You have to use help before the roll happens.
Okay.
But that's one of the things that's going to change in the next version, so we can move ahead with using help after the fact if
Sure.
you need to.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend an effort, because if you can't get in, you can't get in, which is gonna be a problem.
All right, how are you helping?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the fairy thing of like looping around so that it looks like I was never there, landing down and just walking daintily up like, oh, you can't run off without me. I'm so sorry. Betsy Dupree, I think you might have been to one of my shows. You know, my associate and I just were really fascinated in what you were making.
Right. Yes, of course. Kai, go ahead and add another die.
That gave me a 2.
Yes!
You're interested in my work?
I mean, look, you are a mystery, an enigma. There's nothing more exciting than an enigma. But you clearly are doing good things in here. We just never hear about them.
Well, in that case, come on in. Come on. Yes, of course you can come in.
I think as we're coming in, I'm going to, as we go in and he attempts to close the door, I'm going to kind of like stick my heel in it so that it stays slightly open as we keep walking so that I can get these guys in.
Oh, in a way that he doesn't notice?
Yes, I'd like to try to make it so he doesn't notice.
Gonna need a check for that then.
I will stealth check.
I will provide a help back in the form of distracting him as
All right, how are you distracting him as you enter over the threshold?
Conversation about alchemy in general, dabbling with being a vampire and dabbling with blood. There's some alchemical
You dear sweet
information.
person, you did your best. I rolled a 9 and an 8.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening, but it's a very, very bad day.
You try to like surreptitiously put your foot in the door, but you stumble in the process and the door clicks shut behind you.
I'm so sorry, I'm such a klutz.
That is a failed check. You do get 1 effort point back.
Oh, thank you. Thank you kindly.
Meanwhile, I'll describe the interior shortly, but what are Deslin and Aaron doing?
Can you believe these guys?
Yep, they just plumb forgot about us, I reckon.
They guilt me and you into coming here, and then they just leave us behind.
Yep, they go look at what's in the house, and then they just walk in with the guy. Like, what is that?
But this might be good.
How so?
I can pick locks.
Yeah, I guess.
Number one rule, split the party, right?
So you want to go in the front door, or you want to see if there's another entrance you can break
I
into?
saw a light in that window over there, and I feel like the front door is probably obvious. And now if we go up behind them and say, hey, we're really interested in your alchemy stuff.
Also here. Yeah, it's not the best move.
Yeah.
If I can kind of hoist you up by the window and you get in there, we can kind of sneak in at the same time.
Yeah, and then I can leave my shoe in the window to make sure it stays open. Come on, let's go.
You're such a dick.
Now, why would you try a
I'm
thing
gonna
like that?
need a. Are you trying to go in the window that you were looking at? Trying to open the window from the outside?
Yeah. Well,
right,
yes.
go ahead
I'm
and make a
assuming
check.
that's not where they currently went through. As
Yeah,
they
it's like
walked
the
into
back
house.
side of the house.
Yeah, okay,
is where
yeah.
you were looking at.
So what do you need? Sorry, what check?
Depends on your character sheet.
I have lockpicks.
That's what makes the check, like if
Possible?
you had fine lockpicks or something and it says you get a D8 on them, then you would be able to use a D8. But if it just says you have lockpicks and it doesn't give you a die,
Shit,
you roll it.
let's go. Not 10, baby. That is it. Oh, that's a 2.
Oh, nice. It's actually quite easy. This window is not super secure. It is just a quick hook latch in between the two windows that open outwards like that. And so you slip a very thin tool inside and flick it up, and the hook pop, and you just push the windows inwards.
Perfect.
And you can climb in through the threshold.
Can we both get in? It's like, can I help him in the window, or?
Yes,
Okay,
no
perfect.
checks needed.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Appreciate
there was
it.
a blue light that way, and then it went away when someone tripped up the stairs or something. I don't know what happened.
So you can actually hear voices, voices of the others in a different room at this point. It's not the one that had the blue light in it. Which room do you want to go into?
This
the
is
one with the voices or the one with
This
the
is
light?
you now. I've got us to his point.
We'll try to keep as far away from the sounds of them walking around as we can.
So the opposite direction.
I feel
just
like
keep
I've
skipping
become
rooms.
Aaron's lightning rod of hate, and I don't know what I've done to deserve this.
Honestly, I'm just screw you, Dennis. Split the party the whole game.
This isn't my fault.
This
This
is
was
just
not my fault.
No.
Fighting.
I'm doing this despite you, apparently, is what I'm saying.
To be fair, in my defense, I am not the one who started the going inside. You can blame Kai for that
Oh
one.
yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
True, that's true.
But this is actually probably really good. So you said the voices are one side, and then the blue light was the opposite side.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Go to the opposite side.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're gonna go into the room that had the light then. All right.
Smart.
We will switch scenes back and rewind time a little bit as you just step into the entryway. And the alchemist says, "Oh, pardon my demeanor. It's been a long time since I've hosted visitors. You can let's go into my workshop, shall we?"
Of course,
And-
but
Certainly.
can I get your name? I feel awfully rude just calling you, the one in the house or the alchemist. What would you like to be called?
He thinks for a strangely long time.
Blocks this.
Call me
Ben, Greg.
Sybin.
Simon. Well, very nice to meet you, Simon. Yes, we'd love to see your workshop.
Thank you. Just come right this way.
I think-
And he opens up a door and takes his candle and taps it on the wall, and immediately this array of beautifully arranged lines of fire just spread across the wall and ceiling, illuminating the entire room.
Oh, my goodness.
And you can see exactly what you'd expect a workshop of an alchemist to look like. You can see all sorts of glass contraptions lined up on this table. You can see a small blue flame heating up something, boiling green liquid in a flask. You can see an entire wall just filled with very well organized different plants and fungi. And he goes over to a desk that has a thick encyclopedia just sitting on it open. This is my alchemy workshop. As the alchemist, I am able to provide any herbs and poultices as needed to the community, though I haven't had to do so in quite some time.
Well, surely it must have been greatly missed, knowing that there's such a talent here that we never got to have. What was keeping you from us for so long, Simon?
Oh, well, it was, this and that.
Yeah?
Please explain. I don't understand.
Well, you see, I get the distinct feeling that the sheriff sort of blames me for his missing limb, just because I'm the only one that survived the incident.
What incident?
Oh, you don't know? Oh, I thought everybody in town knew about it.
I mean, I knew there was something that happened, and I know that the sheriff was quite upset about it, but other than that, no. Other than that his poor arm is gone, but...
And I am new to town.
Go ahead and, Betty, give me a check to get him to tell you his life story.
Great, I'm gonna use persuasion. I have the trait, for those of you at home, attractive. People love being around you, and I'm gonna use a D8. That's a 5.
Well, it is kind of a story. I mean, you see, my parents were scientists of a sort, arcanists, if you will, and they've been looking for a way to move from place to place. To see, we aren't from around here originally.
Oh, you're from out of town.
Yeah. Very out of town.
Joceline knows what's going on. Betsy has no idea. Anyway.
So when we arrived in town, we were a bit of a surprise, a bit of a bunch of strangers in a strange place. We weren't too welcome, and we wanted to find a way back. But it's hard to explain. My parents didn't really know how we got here. And I was too young to fully understand at the time when we arrived. But as long as I can remember growing up here, my parents wanted to make sure that I could stick around and have a satisfactory life, even if they couldn't figure out a way back. Then one day they got very, very excited, and their work they had made a breakthrough, and the sheriff came knocking, and I don't remember what was said, but there was arguing and yelling and an explosion, and I have not seen my parents since.
I'm so terribly sorry to hear that. Get Kai and then look back and just say, are you still trying to find a way back?
Go ahead and make another check.
Another persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay. Oof, I'm gonna use an effort point on that because good lord.
In order to add to your own check, you need to spend all 3 effort points.
Oh, never
It's
mind.
easier to help others than help yourself.
Well, heck, that's an 8, my friends, on a D8. I am rolling terribly today. I always roll high when I shouldn't be rolling high.
Kai, are you doing anything or just sitting there listening to the story?
I will throw help and just kind of do encouraging prompts.
Okay, thank you.
With encouraging prompts, you get another roll.
3!
Much better. And what was the question you were asking?
I was asking if he was continuing to work on a way to get back home. I'm trying to basically see, is there, we're talking about new lights. If what he's saying is true, and that his parents had something that went wrong. Betsy's trying to figure out if the lights that are going on is him trying to find his way home.
A weird shadow of emotion comes across his face as he tries very hard to he's making a difficult decision. He's trying to hide it from you, but not very well. And eventually he sighs and says, "Yeah, I've been trying to find a way home in my own way."
Fascinating. Is this magic-based, chemical-based? I'm afraid I don't really know much about it, and I don't know how much my associate here knows about it either.
Well, this is mostly mostly alchemy. As the alchemist, it's my area of expertise. It's most of the information that my parents left behind. Here, I'll show you a little bit about how it works.
I would love that.
He goes over to the table and the desk, and he launches into this long-winded explanation of chemistry at a level that you fully just goes right over your head constantly.
As he's talking, I'm looking at Kai with like the help me eyes, just like, please, for the love of God, I can't. Well, I
That's
guess.
all very fascinating. May I also ask you, specifically, the reason that I came to seek you out? You've shared with me, I shall share with you. I am a vampire, but I don't wish to pass this curse on to others, and I'm not terribly fond of killing. So I left with a moral quandary on how to sustain myself. I was wondering if there was an alchemical potion you could concoct that might nourish me the same way that the blood of a mortal might.
I could, given enough time, I think, be able to fix your issue. I would need to know more details, run some tests, but I think I could assist.
At this point, I'm starting to get really worried about Aaron and Deslin, and I've been worried about them the entire time.
And we will switch scenes. As Aaron and Deslin, you hear voices in one room of this conversation going on. You creak open the door very quietly and peer into a very, very dark, empty room. You can tell just by the acoustics from the door and your footsteps, first couple steps into this place, that it is a vast chamber, probably with a very high ceiling and very distant walls. You're not really sure how it fits inside this house. But right now you don't have a light source.
Around for a candle?
And after fumbling around a little bit on the strangely cold walls, you do find a candle.
Is it like a magically lights up type thing, or I need to strike a match?
Peering at it very slightly, you actually see that it is a candle from this world, which typically are not lit with matches, they are lit with command words, and you can see the word sort of etched into the base, and it just says light.
I whisper light to it to start up.
And as you do, not just the candle in your hand, but the dozen on the walls close to you all light up. And they cast very scary shadows into the room. you still cannot see the far walls or the ceiling of this chamber, but you can see a portion of a machine that is close to you. Inside this metallic room with steel walls, concrete floor, and rivets holding down desks and machines in every corner, you can see centrally located is almost looks like a cage that has been bent outwards, and there are several arms curved inward.
Shut the door.
Motions to be quiet, yeah.
Is there so one of my struggles is that I'm an impulsive thief. Is there anything of value in this room?
You have no idea what these things are or what they do, but I'm going to have you make a check to avoid stealing them
Got it.
or to resist.
That is a
don't-
9, baby.
I don't know what they are, but they gotta be worth something.
These things, they're sparkly, they're shiny. Oh man.
You see an array on on one of these machines. It has an array of differently colored orbs. Like you can see one that looks like it's space inside. You can see one that looks like it's a miniature city. You see one that just has a single tree. And those are the 3 that catch your eye of this array of like
Oh,
40
jeez.
different ones. So which of those 3 are you?
What was
are
it? A
you going to
tree, a
take?
city, and a what?
And vast open space like a starscape.
Oh, it's a starscape.
So you grab the
Hercules.
starscape
Yeah.
little orb. It's like a large marble. And you just pocket it.
Yeah.
And nothing can go wrong.
Fine.
Joceline totally missed this. He was
Yeah,
looking around
it
at all
is-
the craziness.
I'm very
His back was
sneaky.
turned.
As put it in my
Turns back.
pocket, I'm a statue. Can't see me anymore.
Why am I picturing Kronk from Emperor's New Groove just going,
That's what I was going for.
yes!
Hey, 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 hey.
He's making his own theme music.
Yeah. So you said we can't see the ceiling and we can't see like everything.
wall.
Yeah, the far wall.
Not with the candles that are lit right now, no.
All right. I mean, looking around, do we get the vibe that the only thing in this room of like the purpose of this room is this main contraption? There's nothing really else in this room, or like.
It appears that the purpose is this main contraption, but it is only a part of the larger machine. The more you investigate, the more you realize that everything in here is connected by these jumbled bunches of cables running along the floor.
Cool.
And I should note, you don't know what electricity is.
Okay. This is important context. You guys might have to kick me off of an electrical cable pretty soon, is what he's trying to say.
Oh no! So what is this juice?
Is there any comically large outlet-looking device?
Can I stick a fork in it?
Strange ropes made of odd material.
Can we follow the cables? Oh, go ahead.
Before we move forward, I'd like to note it is 9 Central. Do we want to take a break at some point, or do we want to go straight through for another hour and a half?
I mean, I just did the thing where I dipped out real quick for my break, so I'm.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
good.
I'd be fine with a quick break.
Yeah, maybe like a five or so.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Let's take 5, and we'll be back to find out what these cables do, I'm sure.
He'll come back to see me. All right, we'll be right back. 3, 2. Bada bing, and we're back! Ah!
Welcome back.
End of game. We're dead.
It was a good time. It was, yep, had
Yeah,
fun.
sorry guys, we actually played the rest without you. My bad, I forgot.
And we did
didn't
it.
realize we were on the break screen.
And then everyone died. We end of game.
It was really, just trust us, it was epic.
Yep,
Really good.
exactly.
Great. I did great.
I
right,
did
so-
great.
Brag, I did.
No one
very
can
well
tell me
for me.
otherwise.
So where we left off, we were investigating the alchemist's out-of-place house in this desert town full of Pueblo huts. This large Victorian mansion that you're now inside. Two of our party members are Vampire and Betty. I'm not sure how to just...
Betsy, but I appreciate you.
Betsy.
Half fairy. She's got big fairy wings. Fairy
Gotcha.
wing saloon girl. That's kind of her vibe.
So Kai and Betsy are talking to the alchemist, this very, very tired-looking middle-aged man who seems to know a lot about alchemy. You've discovered that his parents weren't from around here. As your characters are still trying to figure out what that means, the other two are, the other two goons have been sneaking through the rest of the house. They've discovered a large metal room inside this Victorian mansion, filled with strange machines. You have the large electronic cage in the center with arms that bend outwards and then back inwards towards the top. You can see wires running to different dashboards and control panels. And another table has a couple of dozen large marbles, each one with a different, almost a different world inside. You see a city, you see a giant tree. One of our characters has pocketed the one that had a starscape on the interior, and you are now going to continue your way through that room and try to figure out what are wires and where do they go? What are they for? What is the purpose of this place? I would like, either both of you can make checks or one of you can help the other. That can be up to you.
What do you want?
Let's do individuals, all right? I feel like we're gonna need our effort points.
Very possible.
Kai down by 2.
That's
I'm
a
so sorry.
1, baby!
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
That was a
first one.
5 for me.
Let's go. It's pretty good.
5.
And what did Dalen get?
I'm a 5.
All right. With a 5, you are also unfamiliar with what electricity is. So this is all very alien to you. Even in this world where magic is prevalent, you don't know what the purpose of these things are. Whatever it is, you can tell that they go towards a target in the center. But you can tell that whatever that target is doesn't last very long, because right in the center of that cage-like thing, it's not so much a cage as a contraption. You can walk between the arms very easily. But at the very center of it, you can see a blackened scorch mark.
Just sort of poke around, walk in there, and look over at him to see what he...
These marbles have been pretty much the only thing that have caught your attention. Sorry, Lee, your character's name?
Aaron.
Aaron. So, Aaron, as you're looking around this room, the shiniest thing by far are these marbles. And you start looking more closely at the the panels that they're on, and you can see that every little slot that they are resting on has a alphanumeric code labeled onto it. And each one of these slots, you can see a wire trailing from it. And all of these bunches go into another machine that has a screen on the front and a nice big lever on the side of that machine that says on and off, and is currently pointed down towards off.
Pull the lever, Kronk!
Run, lever! Why do we even
I don't know if
have
you guys saw my face as soon as he said there's a big lever.
Oh no! Oh
Lit
no!
up like a Christmas tree.
Aaron was
I'm
like
near- I'm walking near the scorch zone while you're looking at this.
Look at him.
control.
Look at the scorch zone. Look at the lever. Look at Deslin. Look at the lever. Look at him looking down at the scorch march. Look at the lever. I really shouldn't do that. I'll turn and say, hey, there's a big lever, and it's saying I should pull it, but we should share the fun. I feel like it's greedy of me to pull it myself. Come on. It's a big lever.
My concern with all this light.
You're thinking
how
too
to
much.
do this.
You're thinking persuasion.
I think I'm thinking the right amount.
Is
Worried
there a
about
way to
pulling this
get
lever.
to? Is there a way to make someone roll worse?
Hinder.
Just imagine Betsy's
could've
eyes
helped.
staring into your freaking skull.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to pull it, but I'm not gonna pull it if he's hesitant.
I mean, out of character, totally your call. My guy's gonna run towards you, but if you pull it, before I get there, happens. Deslin is running over towards him.
I don't want to be this guy in the campaign, guys. There's a
Is
big
this
lever.
let the dice decide moment?
Yeah,
I think it
rollies.
has to be. I
Yeah.
think it has to be.
All right.
I'll
what do we got?
even cook it into the rules for you. Make a check to resist the temptation of pulling this lever.
Part of me just like, can I give an effort point? Just imagining Betsy staring at him like, don't you fucking dare.
You're not there, though.
I know. What did you get, Aaron?
It's real quiet now.
That was a 9.
Could I, with Deslin running over, could I effort help him?
Dude.
By
I can roll to make
yelling
it feel one
no.
time if you- Yeah.
Tackling him, yelling no.
All right,
forgetting
so
all
as you
about
yell
stealth,
no,
too,
yes,
so
you
it's-
can get one more effort point as you Aaron grabs onto the lever with both hands, this glint in his eye.
What's wrong with this man?
No. What did
So quiet.
you...
Why?
Can I use my effort points?
If you want, you can spend all, because you can stack help and stack as many things as you can onto rolling as many dice as you need in order to succeed on this. You can continue burning
What'd you
through that
get?
effort.
I got an 8.
Oh my God.
Are you
This,
gonna?
this might just need to happen. The
I
dice
think
are
I
saying,
think the dice are telling you something, my friend. I think you need to pull the lever.
if you want to use your 3 effort though.
I don't want it, but I feel like it's the smart thing to do. I'm doing it. I'm burning them.
I are just in
All
there
That's
right.
another
going,
8.
Oh my God.
Absurd.
This is when we all say, pull the lever, Kronk.
Oh.
If I were there, I'd be throwing effort at you. I can't. I'm not there.
We used 4 efforts for this,
4 efforts.
okay? Like,
Triple 8.
But you
it was a
get
9
one
and
of
then
them,
2 8s.
But you get one of them back for failing
You
the
did
check.
fail a check. You do get 1 effort back.
Yay me!
Yay me, I'm gonna die.
Oh, fuck.
Glad I'm not by the scorch mark anymore.
Yeah, I'm going.
You have gotten outside of the contraption that is pointing in towards the scorch mark, and as you see Aaron, just throw the lever straight up, you go, and nothing happens.
I want my money back.
And one by one, the machines ding, 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 ding. The lights turn on, and it reveals this. You were right. This room is enormous. You can see more machines spread across all walls. Almost the bright fluorescent-esque lights on the ceiling point down towards, all pointing straight towards the center of this chamber. And there's a huge contraption right above you that points down into, there are several rings around it, and they all point down into a small pointed tip pointing straight at that scorch mark in the center of the contraption on the floor. And you can hear a low humming begin to whir up.
Reckon we ought to start skedaddling? Someone's gonna hear that.
Probably shouldn't have pulled that.
We shouldn't have pulled that.
No, we should go.
Why I was shouting no.
Yeah, I did. Everything went. I went in a haze. It was just everything was nothing but 9s and 8s. I don't know. It was weird. I think we should
We'll
leave.
switch back to the other room as everything in here begins to turn on and activate.
Oh, no.
What is going on? This is a pretty light show.
Oh.
No.
I'm impressed by your
what's
magic,
happening?
sir.
I thought I turned it off. Here, move! And
Turn
he
what off?
bodily pushes Kai out of the way, or at least tries to get to the door as fast as possible.
I'm gonna sprint after him.
Kai will make a strength check to not be moved.
This is going to be a contested roll as he
Okay.
tries to push you out of the way, and you're blocking his path to the door.
4.
8. And he just like bounces off of you, and you stand there in the door frame. He's just, "What are you doing? Move! I need to get in.
What is going on?
It's bad things. Move!"
I let him go.
Step aside and follow him.
Yeah, we're going after him.
Darts out
course.
of the room and across the hallway, and the door to this metallic room bangs open, and you can see a wide-eyed, panicked, exhausted alchemist staring upwards at the ceiling at this large contraption that's pointing down. He says, No, I left the wrong settings. Oh, no, this is bad, this is very bad. And he runs back into the alchemy room, leaving you two, all 4 of you here, and you can hear glass smashing from across the hallway. You all have a moment to yourselves as you look around.
Aaron,
Hey guys.
did you pull the lever?
Technically, I pushed the lever.
Did you pull the lever?
No, I pushed the lever. I just told you.
What is all this stuff?
What is going on?
We have no idea.
What
Yeah.
are these?
I mean,
He seemed worried and didn't want to be in the room. Perhaps we should also vacate the room.
yeah, Izzy told me to
Like
do
a
it.
smart idea. That is untrue.
No, he said to do it.
Said
I think we're
the
gonna.
opposite of that.
I agree. I
Let's
think
get out
we
of
should
this
book it.
He jumped and said
Uh,
yes.
The alchemist bursts back into the room carrying 2 vials, one of them filled with a red liquid and the other one with a dark gold color. and he starts running towards the central contraption. And as he takes a step towards it, there is several shocks of electricity strike him in the chest, and he gets blown backwards onto his back as he skids across the cement, and he bonks his head on the contraption with the marbles, and they all begin to shift and start to roll off, and one of them shatters on the ground, and immediately a tree erupts into the ceiling in here and mixes with the electricity. It is chaos. What are you all doing?
Grab him. Let's get out. I am not strong enough to lift this man. Someone please lift him and let's go.
Yep. That'll be
What the hell is going on?
Kai.
That was a tree. That's not alchemy.
That's a whole tree.
In an orb.
That's a whole tree with electricity, but if we stay in here, I have a feeling it's gonna get worse.
I'm gonna grab the other orb,
Never seen
and then I'm gonna
nothing
go.
Grab the city one.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right,
we don't
you
want a
have the
city
space
blowing up
orb
inside
and
the
the
room.
city orb.
Are there any other orbs besides those three? Because I know the tree one shattered. Or were there just those
yes,
three?
but they are, for the most part, they're filled with like this slight fog. You can't really tell what's inside of them. It's just
Okay.
different colors at this point.
I'm gonna speed out. I'm kind of leading the way, throwing open doors, so it's just easy to get the heck out of the building.
All right, and you all start running. And Kai, please make a check to carry the unconscious body of the alchemist.
Okay, so here's a good rules question. I am wearing my boots because I put them on to sneak. The boots have a negative side effect as well, which is checks to move quickly or run, use a D12. But I'm also trying to carry him, and that's a must. But carrying him is a D8 for strength. So it's a D12 to run, and if I need to make a separate check to actually carry, it's a D8? Or is it just the D12 to move?
This will be a check to move quickly while carrying someone. We're going to make it one check just because that's easier. You mix all the talents together when you can. In this case, you have one thing on your sheet that says you may use a D8, but you have another thing that says you must use a D12. So you have to use a D12 for this.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I thought that's where it was, but you know what? I could use some effort back anyway. I got a 4, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
see, you could still roll well with a D12.
Yeah.
And you did. As you
Give me your luck, please.
Mine evaporated
With the
when there was a big
alchemist.
shiny lever, so
Seems like it fit the story.
with the alchemist across your back, like over your shoulder, like a sack of potatoes, you all start running out of this house. You can see the electricity crackling behind you, and you can see that tree continue to grow upwards and upwards through the house, breaking through the ceiling. And you make it out of the front door into the cool night air. And you glance back. You don't see the house moving, but you can feel a rumbling in the ground.
guys, I only had 3 drinks.
Off the map.
Sorry, what'd you say, Deslin?
We do the thing the sheriff didn't want us to do. Are we about to wipe this town out?
Wait, can we wake him up?
It doesn't look like he's doing too good.
Can I check to see if he's dead or if he's unconscious or?
Yeah, I think he mentioned he was unconscious. I'm just wondering if we can rouse him.
The alchemist appears to be unconscious, but he has those 2 vials of red liquid and gold liquid in a death grip still. As this is happening, you can hear more chaos erupting from the direction you're running away from this house. You can see movement in the shadows as a swarm of people don't appear to be running away from you, but towards you. And they begin to shamble closer and closer in the darkness. And you can see they have jaws that are broken and distended. You can see bones poking out of their shoulders and knees as a horde of undead begins to run towards you.
All right.
All of them have the same crackling energy flicking between them as you saw the machine having as it got turned on.
All right.
Should I
Gotta
just-
go turn off the machine.
Yeah, that was my yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick between undead and electric house with a tree. I'm gonna pick electric house with a tree.
What do you
And
reckon
I
he was doing with those 2 vials?
I don't
Clearly
know,
he's-
but that's what Kai's gonna try and figure out. He's gonna take off his boots, grab those bottles, and run back into the house.
Are we gonna leave the
trying to figure
alchemist
it out.
outside for the undead to eat him?
Meh.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
gonna
Wait,
go back
well,
out
I'll
the
pick him
window.
up then. I'll pick him up
Yeah,
then.
we're gonna pick him up. I think as Kai moves away, I just look at Aaron and Desmond like, please, for the love of God, we're not letting him stay up here.
No innocent bystander gets hurt. Meh, undead.
Kai, we love you. We truly do. Oh
Oh no,
I know.
everything's all messed up.
No!
Oh no.
There we go.
We thought that you were
The
upset
timing
for
of that
a
could
bit.
not have been better.
Oh my God, the timing.
So
Kai, we love you, we really do.
Yeah,
Hangs
hey,
up.
I do love the idea of Kai, like, I don't like that we kill
no.
innocent bystanders. The alchemist can stay here.
Screw this guy. Oh no.
All right, well. Hi.
there we go. I'm back.
Oh my
All right.
God.
That
Welcome
wasn't on
back.
purpose. That was too
No.
perfectly timed to not be on purpose.
You did it on purpose, and we were just like, oh my God.
Oh
Done.
man.
I'm gonna follow Kai back into the house, hoping that the other 2 boys pick up the alchemist and don't just leave him there to be devoured by undead. I'm just gonna sprint back in to try to, like, figure out what's going on.
Yeah. I'll get him. Don't
I'll,
worry.
I'll pull
Don't
out a pistol.
worry.
Drag him back,
worried.
I'll cover you just in case.
What?
All right,
You hold
I
him back.
need-
I'll pick him up. I just got fisty boys. I don't have a boop pew pew pew.
I don't have
All
a
right,
pew,
now
pew,
I
pew.
need everybody to make a check to move quickly to get away from the zombies that are chasing you.
Okay, so reminder, if we have nothing that influences movement, we roll a d10.
Yep.
Got it.
What if I'm moving with this guy, holding him, carrying him? Does that change anything for me?
Yes, because the GM will assign a difficulty based on the situation. If you're trying to move, it'll be a certain difficulty.
So I
if you're
still
trying
roll
to
the
move while
d10,
carrying
and you
someone,
just have
it'll
a
be
different.
harder. Yeah, I'm assigning a different number to you than to everybody else. because you're
Got
carrying
it. Got it.
someone.
Got it.
That's a 7 for Betsy.
Off the table.
Not great.
So this
It's
is
still a roll because I have to pick up. I have to get the bottles and then leap. So it's still a roll.
Mhm.
4. That's a lot of 4s. Different dice too.
Sure.
It's
Give
an
me your
8
dice.
for me.
An 8.
8.
And Aaron?
it depends on how you read your dice.
That's
I
a
got-
0, isn't it?
It's a 0.
I.e. a 10.
Wow, we're screwed.
The 2 people that ran inside. Don't worry, buddy.
So-
Oh, the drink's kicking in.
So as Kai bolts away from everyone towards the interior of the manor, leaves all of you in the dust, and the zombies are going to lash out, and each of them is going to make an attack against each of you. And how this is going to work is all of you that everybody except Kai, please make an avoid check against the zombies' melee attack.
Okay.
Do.
Yes. 1.
A
9.
1 perfect success. You duck underneath a swing as a zombie tries to clothesline you.
Wings
I got a 9.
fluttering. Oh boy.
A 9.
gonna
You
dump all
take
my-
a fist.
Wait a minute,
right
wait
to
a
the
minute.
temple.
Can I effort that?
We are technically out of combat, so yes, you could. Which are you trying to
So,
help
yeah.
Joceline?
My thought process is, you know, the drink hit me. I tried to pick him up. I was a little off balance. I whoop, and the zombie missed me, and I kind of bumped him out of the way. As my thought process here.
All right. Yes, I will allow that. You spend 1 effort, and Joceline, you get 1 more die, 1 more chance.
Come on, Deslin.
3.
Yeah.
A 3 is a success
Hell
as
yeah.
the zombie gets knocked out of the way, and all of you continue running into this house with Kai leading the way, sprinting down this hallway and going back into the door. You see inside the room with the machines is now entirely crowded by this tree, its roots sprawling over the equipment, its branches tangled up in wires as it rises through the ceiling up to the top. And you realize that should be taller than the house is, but there's some weird spatial thing going on here because you can't see that tree from the outside. And you go, you run into the room now that you're back here with electricity crackling off of everything, mechanical and vegetation. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna try to wake up the alchemist. Just be like, hello? What is happening?
You shake him, and I need you to make a check to wake up the knocked out alchemist.
I definitely don't have anything that would help with this, so I think it's just gonna be.
I have martial arts.
Can I punch him away?
No, that's how to put people to sleep.
I'll try to help with this one.
I got it. It's a 2.
Lied.
All right,
Not
with
good.
a 2, you shake him awake, and he wasn't that deep under, and he blinks his eyes groggily. His dark hair that was covering his face slowly parting to reveal his eyes, somehow even more sunken than before. What's happening? What? No.
You see-
Why did you do this?
We didn't do anything, all right? I'm not entirely lying.
Where's the catalysts? Where are they? And he grabs them out of your hands, Kai, and he runs over to the machine, which is now like tilted slightly to the side, and the pointed on the ceiling is dangling and is now way off center. And he realizes, no, we have to center it. We have to center it now. Come on, help me push this thing.
All right. Grab it.
All right, I need everyone that is helping to make strength checks to move a large metal cage with electricity crackling all around it to the side.
Are the zombies still coming or no?
You can hear them. They're not in the room yet.
Yo, I'm holding that door.
Got a 1.
With a 1, a 6, and a 5, and Aaron standing by the door with it closed, like with your back against it?
Yeah, I'm just making sure they can't get in.
All right. You manage to move this giant machine slowly along the ground as the electricity pulses faster and faster, like a machine that is still winding up to do something. You move it over to the side, and it is now centered, though it's not perfect, but it's about as close as you're going to be able to get in this moment. With that, I need Aaron to please make a check to hold the door against this horde of zombies that's trying to get in.
3.
With a 3, you do manage to hold this door fast. And I'm going to need another check from everybody else, more difficult this time because you need to lift the machine on top of one of the roots that have splayed across this room. I'm going to need everybody to get a 4 or lower.
Guys, there's a lot of zombies out there.
Right, just keep holding
It's
the
a
door.
heavy machine.
You're doing a great job, sweetie.
A 9 for me.
It's an 8 for Betsy.
Oh my goodness. Good golly gosh.
I've got 3 efforts, so I can.
3 failures.
Never mind.
I mean, you get some effort back, Kai.
Yes, 3 failures. Everybody that failed gets an effort back. As you try to lift this thing and you cannot get it off the ground. It's either very, very heavy or magnetized to the ground beneath it. And Lee, I'm going to need you to make another strength check to hold this door and give them one more chance before the
Please,
zombies
for the love of
overrun this
God.
room.
That's a 9.
Can I go ahead? Damn it.
Lee is thrown to the side.
I said there was a lot of them.
The door
did your
comes
best!
off of its hinges as this horde sprawls into the room, roaring. One after another, piling on top of each other. And now, we are going to enter combat.
Wonderful. I am
need
gonna.
Everyone, please make your reaction roll to see how fast you react to this horde of zombies entering the room.
Fast reflexes. Even though it doesn't do anything at rank 1.
That's true.
This dice is going to jail.
I've got nothing to help me with this, so it's just
You need very specific talents to help with this one.
Yeah,
it's
unfortunately.
just a 10.
Oh.
All right.
Unfortunately,
I
fast
had-
reflexes only helps you when you get to rank 2.
Did anybody get a 1? 2, 3.
Got a 3.
Thanks, Lee.
4.
Yeah, I got 4.
5. 6. 7.
Hi. Look, the dice went to jail, okay?
All right, and that leaves Kai.
Poor Kai.
All right. First up is Deslin. So to lay out the room real quick, the room itself is 16 zones, a 4x4, because this place is enormous. The the machine has one zone between it and the door. So you are all in the same zone as the machine, except for Lee, who is currently overrun by zombies right next to it. What are you doing, Deslin?
I've got gun out. He's got a pistol. And I would like to go close enough to be in range. That close.
You are close because
There,
the
okay.
zombies and
Only one
Lee
away.
are in a zone that is adjacent to you, so that is a close range.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll take a shot at whichever one's closest to.
This is considered a horde creature. So the horde itself is actually one creature,
One
one
thing.
target, shares one pool of hit points.
The pistol, it's just the D10 I do, or?
At level 1, yeah.
Okay, cool. I was like, I didn't take anything to do. Okay, so that is a 3.
A 3 is going to hit the zombies. What does it look like as you fire your pistol?
He just takes a nice wide stance and yells a quick duck to Aaron and just blasts the first one that he sees.
I'm on the ground.
How much lower can it
there.
go?
One of the
Start
zombies'
digging.
heads just explodes and the body topples to the ground, and immediately 2 more take its place. Are you going to move, or are you staying in the same zone as the machine?
I'll stay in with the machine in case we decide we want to try to pick it up again.
All right. Next up is Aaron. You are currently in a zone that is over capacity. All medium creatures have a capacity of 2. Hordes have a capacity of 10, and each zone only has a capacity of 10. Hordes take up all the space. When you are in a zone that is over capacity, the only thing you cannot do is attack. You cannot attack when you're just pressed up next to everything. Hordes have a special mechanic called Overwhelm, which means if you are in a zone with them, you need to make a movement check to move to any other zone. And that the difficulty of that check is a 4. So you have your movement and you have your action. You can use your movement and try to get out, or you can stay in there and try to combo with someone else, like make a zombie an easier target. You can make some other check. You can make a check to try to get out with your movement. You can, if you fail, you can use your action to do that again if you want.
I mean,
there's still plenty of options.
I don't know. I'm gonna try to lean into the drunk martial arts kind of thing at this point. Since I'm already in there, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna try to unbalance the horde. I guess try to make them. I don't know. Zombies are already unbalanced, I suppose, but like make them easier targets somehow, right? Like.
The way to do that, unfortunately, is with a combo action.
Okay.
Which costs 3 effort.
Yeah, I have none of that. Okay, so I'll try to move out then.
Okay.
That's a 1, baby!
Oh, yes! Which zone are you moving to? Are you moving to the machine, or are you moving in a different direction?
I'm gonna move adjacent to the zombies. So probably towards the group, so they'd be near the machine. Right, yeah.
Okay. So you're moving into that zone. That zone is now at capacity. Oh no. If you move into there, that'll be above capacity because it has all 3 of you. It has the 3 other party members. It has the alchemist, Cybin, and it has the machine, which takes up capacity of its own. So that you cannot move into
so
that
there's
zone.
only
You're gonna have to move.
there's one zone I can move in, which is pretty much to the door.
It's sort of like you can move to the side.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah, I'll
And
just
you
move
can
to
be
a side
adjacent
I
to
can
both
be.
the horde and the machine.
Yeah, wherever I can feasibly get to a point where I can pounce a zombie.
All right, that was a movement check, so at this point you can still attack. Since the zombie horde is a large creature, you can do a melee attack against it from an adjacent zone.
Yeah. A 2.
That is absolutely a hit. What does your attack look like as you smack the nearest zombie?
I don't know. The best, probably like. I'll go for like a really cheesy Austin Powers judo jump, and just like the neck like cracks and like falls into my hand. Like, oh, okay.
And with that, your turn is over. Next is Betsy.
Great. I am gonna pull my pistol out from it being strapped to my leg under my skirt, because of course I do. It's cool. And I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna aim and shoot at a zombie.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
No whammies, please.
Big whammies.
Thanks, you cursed my dice. That's an 8.
With an 8, you gain 1 effort point back, but the shot goes wide. And
I've got
doesn't hit
max.
anything.
I've got max effort, so appreciate you.
Ooh.
I'll take that effort. Don't worry. I got it.
Do you want to move?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move out of the zone because I know that you said that we are pretty close to overcapacity. And I'd like to actually, is it possible to take partial cover behind something while I move?
Yeah.
Like if there's like a part of the machine or something like that, as I kind of like flit over, like do like one of those hover and lands and try to get like behind something.
Yeah, you see like a control panel of sorts, and that is about waist height or a little higher, and you just vault over that real quick, get some cover behind it.
At least I look really cool.
You look awesome doing it.
Great.
Are you in the same zone as Aaron or a different one?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go to the same zone as Aaron to see if maybe we can help each other out.
Okay.
Since he cursed my dice, and clearly it's his fault, not my terrible dice rolls. That's it.
Zombies are next. They move from the door into the zone with the machine, crowding over Kai and Joceline and the alchemist. Zombies have a certain trait called slow, which means they can either move once or attack once each turn, not both. So that is their turn. They all swarm the machine, and that's it for now. Kai, you're up.
First, we will attempt to move to an adjacent zone that has little to no occupancy already.
All right, easy enough. You just take like 1 step back away from the door, deeper into the room.
Okay. And that's a 2 on that one. So that was successful. And then
Successfully got out of the zombies' grasps.
And then Shaolin monk style, martial arts. 5.
On your way out, you do this epic spinning flip and aim a kick at the back of a zombie's head, and it just flies off all the way across the room, collides with the opposite wall, and plunks onto the ground. That is your turn. Next up.
Can I just I don't know how this works in combat. Just like speaking to each other in combat. Like, can I
Free
say
action.
something? Like
This is an anime.
Okay. That's all. That's all I needed to know.
Oh, you don't have anything to say. You just wanted to interrupt, right?
Y'all should move.
That was the plan.
Good.
Thanks, Aaron.
Don't be there.
Pull the lever.
All right.
Pull the lever.
Come on.
Joceline, you are still in the zone with the crackling electricity, the electricity between the hordes of the zombies, now mixing with the electricity from the machine and the tree. What are you doing?
Get out.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Oh, that's an 8. So I'll try it again. With my other action. You said I could do that twice.
In order to roll again, you need to spend all 3 effort points.
Okay,
Someone should give him an effort.
I don't know how to give him how do I give him an effort from over here? How do I make him move faster?
In this version, I'm
3.
considering fixing this later, but in this version, there's no way to give each other effort. You can gain effort by failing checks or resting.
I've got the 3 to spend, so I'm gonna go.
All right.
Please.
Is this to move out of the machine?
Yeah, get out of the.
All right.
Because I'm here to. If I can help, I give another dice. I don't know how to help though, because I'm over here.
That was a 7 for the second try.
Oh, you are stuck inside this horde right next to this machine. It's almost numbing as their charged hands grab onto your arms and legs and hair. Aaron, you're up.
Okay, so Dennis, you know how
Yes,
I
Lee?
said "fuck you" earlier,
I am
and
aware.
like
Actually,
consistently
no, it's happened so many times.
the
this
entirety of the
session,
night.
I've
Yeah.
lost track.
Okay. I was hoping you didn't. So here's a question: can I attempt to help Des out of the space, and then just casually drop the space orb in the zombie space? By casually
Like,
drop, I mean like
Throw it and
break
have it shatter?
Yes.
You can,
That is the
in the
face of a
same space
GM
as
who
the
is not
zombie
prepared.
and the machine.
Yeah, yes, but I don't want to do it if he's gonna get be in the
Oh, he's thoroughly grappled by
That's
half of
why I
these
said,
zombies.
can I help him out first?
Yes, so you can.
Don't say I need
we're also
effort
gonna
because I
change
don't
this.
have
We're
effort.
going to say you don't have any effort.
I have
Then
0 effort.
no.
See,
Then you
okay.
can't.
I'm gonna look at you, Aaron, and I'm gonna say, look, remember I can fly. I can go try to grab him, okay?
I was gonna say, could he grapple and pull?
Could I hold my turn until he got out, or he was safe to?
Yeah, you can hold your action just like in D&D. and
Okay.
wait for the trigger.
Get
to
the fuck out of
thing.
there! So I'm just like holding this orb. I'll do it.
All right, Betsy, you're
Don't do it.
watching this happen. It's your turn. What do you do?
I'm gonna take off into the air with my flying, and I'm gonna try to grab Deslin and pull him out of the horde.
That's gonna be a check.
I sure thought it would be.
Big whammies.
Unfortunately, there's no real way for Deslin to help except for just like putting his arm up for something to grab onto.
That's okay.
You're trying to lift another human into the air.
Sure am.
Go ahead and make that check.
I believe.
It sounds like persuasion because
It sure sounds like persuasion, doesn't
Please just learn how to fly.
get out of here.
God.
it? Please, look, I'm doing my best here. That's a 4.
It's not bad.
With a 4, you grab onto his arm with both of yours and pump your wings, making them go faster and harder than they ever done before. And you lift him up with a zombie still attached to his ankle.
I'll take it.
And you throw him, half carry him, half throw him into a place just outside of the main horde's reach. But he's still in melee. That's why the zombie's still connected.
That's okay.
That is
I
a
think
success.
it's definitely one of those things because, like, I lift him up. Betsy's like, should not have skipped arm day. And just like drops him and goes, sorry. As you pull. And I would assume that's. I'm gonna assume that's my movement and my action. I'm not gonna look
Yes,
a gift horse
it-
in the mouth.
Absolutely is. It also triggers Aaron's action because Deslin is no longer in that space. And Aaron, as you reach up and just spike this thing right onto the cement ground, there is a sudden explosion as the stars expand, enveloping everything. And then there's a flash from the center, and then darkness. None of you can see. All of you are blind.
What did you do?
You cannot hear anything either. As you shout into the void, there's a pinprick of light moving towards you faster and faster and faster. And as that light reaches you, is where we are going to end the first episode of Oops All GMs.
Yay!
Oh man,
Talk about a cliffhanger.
that was great.
What a
Whoa.
great time.
So Aaron is
This
the,
was
the
fantastic.
cause of all our problems.
You guys
that's all
are
I'm saying.
amazing.
Aaron is definitely the problem child of this group, and I am here for it.
I like it.
Kai and I are clearly the party parents, and Deslin is doing him best.
He,
Yes.
he's like the best way to describe him is like the easily coerced brother of Aaron.
Yeah, this is fine. We'll go with
Betsy
it.
and Kai are just like, oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dennis. This was a blast.
I couldn't have done it without the four of you. This group is amazing. This is the best synergy I've had among a group of strangers for a game, I think, ever. This is fantastic. I'm having a great time, and I cannot wait to join your side of the screen, because
That'll be
next
interesting.
time it's going to be someone else in this seat. We'll take that discussion offline, figure out what's going to happen for the next episode of Oops, All GMs, a SAGAS playtest. Thank you all for joining. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Do we want to do outros first, in case people have dropped in?
Yeah.
We'll do some outros.
Everyone tell everyone everything.
All right, everybody, all at once. Let's go.
When I was
Cacophony.
a child, I
We'll make Lee sort it out in the post.
Well, it started when I was born, and after
Oh god.
you said everything. All right.
You don't really want an AUHD person to info dump right now, do you?
Hi, hello. Also, well, I'll start it.
Why are we still watching this?
Well, I'll start off. My name is Joceline, aka the Tipsy Tiger. I am a GM mostly of D&D, but I'm dabbling in all kinds of other stuff, and I have my own homebrew world called Mithra, which I'm super stoked to bring SAGAS into. You can find me when I'm not here for the next 3 Wednesdays. You can find me at Magic Academy on Twitch every Tuesday, doing Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, just not next week. And I play an Amazon Conclave Ranger with a very bad Russian accent, so a good time. And I also am on TikTok doing all kinds of nerdy stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you. Moving on to, let's actually look at the real stream this time around and go clockwise. So, Clyde, you're next.
Hello, I am Claude, also known as Curly Insane Guy _ in a bunch of places, or 2 places. That's not a bunch.
It's a couple specifically.
I'm also it's a couple
more than
exactly. It is. I'm occasionally also on the Green Ronin streams for their Patreon Mutants Masterminds games. Every once in a while, you'll spot me there or in their comment section, and yeah, come talk to me on Threads. I just go on and on about RPGs.
Can confirm. That is what happens there. All right,
I need to use
Lee,
Threads.
introduce yourself on your own channel again.
Hi, my name's Lee. I'm on my own channel again. You might remember me from things like This Crit, or Behold This Crit, or just D&D things in general. And if you don't remember me, then you probably should talk to a doctor. At least if you're on my channel. Wait a minute.
Who are
That's
you again?
insulting. I didn't want to insult. You know what? All right, go ahead. I
Thanks,
pass.
Like and subscribe.
Passing the baton.
Like and
immediately.
subscribe.
Someone else talk now.
Ring that bell.
Hit that notification button. Oh man! Smash that like button. Oh.
All right, Vampire.
I am VampyreBytes, and during this Oops All GMs, you can find me right here on this Crit's channel. And on Friday nights, you can find me playing a tech nomad in a High Riders campaign who happens to be also of Eastern European descent and speaks with a very bad Russian accent.
Oh, excellent.
And
We shall be friends.
that's over on Cybernation Uncensored, where I also play on alternating Mondays the Last of Us themed Fallout 2D20 game. Those are my only streamed games right now, but you can find me all over Twitch, hanging out in channels, and in Discord are my 2 primary socials for gaming.
Thank you. I will go last. I have a lot of things, so prepare yourself for some rapid fire. I
Save the
am
most
Dennis.
boring for last.
Yes, put on your earplugs. I'm gonna help you lull yourself to sleep so you can sleep well tonight.
where's my
I am
blanket?
Dennis. I I run the OKSDM YouTube channel where we do lots and lots of Sagas playtests. Lee was nice enough to host this one though, which takes a huge load off of me so I can focus on running the game, or next time playing the game, which I'm very excited for. I haven't done a whole lot of that yet. Let's see. The next time I'll be on the internet is on Saturday. We have the second episode of Grimm, which is also a Sagas playtest. That is set in a Victorian cyberpunk dark miniature world where everyone plays. We got a mouse, we got a chinchilla, and we have an ant. They are amazing, and they are trying to figure out what killed the mouse's father, who is a very famous inventor, and why his will was changed at the last second. Something horrible happens at the end of session 1. So you go catch up on that on OKSDM's channel before you catch us live on Saturday at 11 CST for episode 2. The next day, I have an interview that won't be streamed, but you'll find that in places, and I'll let you know how that happens and when it happens. But after that, Sunday evening at 5 CST, we'll be doing another Sagas playtest. Have you figured out I'm designing a system yet? This one is going to be cyberpunk psych thriller. That is going to be very interesting because I've never run or played in a dedicated cyberpunk setting before. So I'm going to have a lot of fun screwing with my players' minds in that one. I hope none of them are watching this. That is Sunday at 5 CST on OKSDM's channel. That would be me. And then every Monday night, I am on Mistress Winter's Court over on Twitch, where we play The Facet, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign. And I play Archie, a half-paralyzed halfling back alley doctor who loves his risky surgery. The next time I'm on the internet,
surgeon. You would do that.
the next time I'm in the internet after that is probably going to be our next section of this. 1 week from today. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all players for joining me. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what happens next, and not just because I'm not going to be the one planning it. I get to ride along for the rest of the story, and I'm very excited for Lee to burn his house down.
Burn everything.
No!
Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the other side. And remember, everything is going to be okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Unless you're us, in which case.
It's not gonna be
Yeah,
okay.
it's not.
Don't pull the lever.
Oh god.